Black Mirror, the wildly popular show that tackles themes of technology bad, but it does way more than that. Black Mirror is an anthology series about tech and how it impacts human life as we know it. The show started in December of 2011 on Channel 4 with its first episode, The National Anthem. This first episode is crucial as it sets the tone for the series and subsequently every other episode after. The National Anthem is set in the United Kingdom and follows the story of the Prime Minister as he is blackmailed by a terrorist. He is tasked to save the princess by having sexual intercourse with a pig on live TV.
Prime Minister Michael Callum, my life. My life depends on you.
Hearing the information, the Prime Minister tries desperately to find the terrorist and shut down the operation. He is humiliated on live TV. Surely this has repercussions, so viewers waited patiently for episode 2, only to find out it was about something completely different. This left the audience at the time confused, as they had to accept that there was no redemption for the character, his reputation down the drain, and no way of coming back from what he was forced to do. This perfectly encapsulates the theme of Black Mirror of failure to face the repercussions of our actions and creations. But as successful as the series is now, it wasn't always like this. After the National Anthem aired, there were many complaints on how disturbing the show got with its climax.
This is sick. This shouldn't be shown on TV.
First episode,
This is sick and twisted, and my stomach aches.
I almost thought it felt
Disgusting. Warning, do not discuss. No script, no message, total waste of time. I've been increasingly annoyed at the low quality of Netflix worst titles in 8 out of 10 shows with 3 words. Do not specifically discuss the worst thing I've seen. Do we now have any Black Mirror turned kids movie? I feel like this was written by an idiot with no concept of politics at all.
No one expected the protagonist to fail. They didn't expect to see him have sexual intercourse with a pig, and the outcry of complaints hurt the show's reputation. This made a controversial start to the show, which continued as the show's episodes covered other ways technology could develop and crush humanity. For instance, a dystopia where your job is to peddle an exercise bike for a meaningless currency, a cyber terrorist who exposes people's dark secrets and blackmails them to do their bidding, and eventually releasing their secrets, and simulations of heaven in dying patients' brains. Now that may seem completely over the top, but the way the show presents its themes of technology and how it applies to its characters makes them feel grounded and realistic. They're flawed, they fail more than they succeed, but this is what makes them authentic. This leads me on to the point of this video essay. The newest season, Season 5, contains 3 episodes, Striking Vipers, Smithereens, and Rachel, Jack and Ashley 2. This lineup of episodes, more than any in the show, feel detached. They don't have the same down-to-earth repeatability we loved from the previous seasons. In this video essay, I will talk about Striking Vipers. This episode follows Danny and Kyle, 2 childhood best friends that drifted apart in adult life. Kyle gifts a virtual reality video game to Danny called Striking Vipers. It is a Street Fighter style game where Danny and Kyle fight and end up having sex instead. Both agree that the sex in the game is different to sex in real life. Kyle urges Danny more and more to continue playing the game. Danny has commitments like his wife and kids to acknowledge. In an interview about the episode, the creator of the show, Charlie Brooker, compared the episode to the National Anthem, due to them sharing their themes of sex and both having a moment of bestiality. This comparison comes from when the character of Kyle tells Danny that having sex with other characters in the game, including non-human ones, isn't the same as having sex with him in the game.
I'm trying everything. I've gone in there as God players, girl players, multiplayer gangbangs, you name it. You know, I even fucked Tundra, the polar bear character. I fucked a polar bear. And I still couldn't get you out of my mind. I can't help you. You're gonna fuck Roxy again. I don't. You do. Just the best sex of my life.
Although a loose comparison, Brooker said in a way, it's the best declaration of undying love that manages to top the National Anthem, where we had the Prime Minister with a pig. This interview feels like a desperate comparison to earlier episodes to prove the episode's worth. In the National Anthem, it fleshes out the characters enough to make us relate to them. But in Striking Vipers, we don't have that context for the characters. They make confusing choices and do things that drive the narrative along. Neither Danny or Carl are homosexuals, but they still devote themselves to having sex with each other, putting real-life relationships at risk. This can only be seen as confusing to the viewer, as Danny is so dedicated to his wife and family, but still feels the pressure to play with Carl. After the arguments proving that neither Danny or Carl are gay, they both come to an agreement. Danny and Carl will play the game and have sex once a month, and Danny's wife is allowed to go out and have a night to cheat on her husband. This isn't a bad ending, all the characters get what they want, although morally this ending feels all over the place, asking questions like, is it okay to cheat, even just for one night? This is nothing like the drastic endings of episodes prior. Previously, endings would shock the viewer and make them feel uneasy and unsafe. In this episode, it seems more like a few questionable decisions made by several characters, not something truly shocking. Instead of questioning the complexities of modern society, we are left questioning if the characters know what they're doing. The themes of love in Striking Vipers do arise questions, but not for the right reasons. In conclusion, Black Mirror lost its ability to scare the viewers with its harsh realities of the modern world. The intense cliffhanger endings that left questions unanswered are still there, but don't pack the punch of the previous series.